Hi everyone, my name is Jordan Pace. I'll be your instructor for this section of American Federal Government Online. I hope you're watching this introduction video as the first thing you're doing in this course. If so, I hope to make this course go as smoothly as possible. I'm going to give you a brief introduction and then we're going to log on to Blackboard and I'll hopefully show you where everything that you will need for the semester is located on Blackboard. Again, my name is Jordan Pace. My education background, I went to Oklahoma State University and graduated with 2 bachelors, one in economics and one in international affairs. And then I went on to the University of Tulsa College of Law and graduated with my law degree. I still am a practicing attorney, but I really enjoy teaching as well, and I hope that you enjoy taking this class as well. I think American federal government is a very important subject, becoming increasingly important, as you've probably noticed if you watch the news or keep up with any kind of politics. So I hope that this course is as informative for you as it is enjoyable for me to teach. So I'm going to go ahead and log on to Blackboard. I'm assuming that everyone is familiar with Blackboard, so once you log in, you'll just click on American Federal Government 6276. That's our section, and it should take you to this page. I've got the edit mode or the instructor mode off so that this should be exactly what you're seeing when you log in for the first time. This first announcement on the welcome page is just the course announcement or the welcome announcement to the class. It's going to be very repetitive with what we're discussing in this video, but I encourage you to read through this and to listen to the duration of this video so that this course again goes as smoothly as possible. So for this course, you're going to have each chapter, and each week I'm going to upload a PowerPoint presentation, a lecture video, so that you'll be able to have that PowerPoint presentation that you can download either digitally or print off in a hard copy. And then the lecture video is going to just be a screen capture of this PowerPoint presentation, and you'll also hear my voice covering the material on the PowerPoint presentation as well as lecturing. So it's as if you were in a real-life class, seeing what would be presented on a presentation board with my voice in the background. So each week I'll upload a PowerPoint and a lecture video. So each week also you'll have a discussion board, and the discussion boards are going to be covering topics that we discuss in the lecture videos and that are discussed in your chapter of the book. And these discussion posts are worth 11.77 points. That's 200 points total for the duration of the course. It's very important. These discussion board points are worth 1/5 of your entire grade for the course. So these discussion points, don't take them very lightly. They're very important, and I want you all to complete every single one of them every week. If you're going to be late, I know that this welcome page says no late work, no late assignments, but I understand life happens. I understand life doesn't stop when you're in school and when you're taking an online class. So if there are ever any unforeseen circumstances come up, or if you have anything that you weren't planning on that affects your ability to complete these on time, just email me or call me or text me or something and let me know, and we can work together and we can get these points towards your grade. Don't if you miss the deadline because something happened, if you're in the hospital, if your kids are sick, or if you had to work late every single night this week, I'm understandable. So let me know if you need some more time, and we'll get through this. But other than that, if you don't let me know, I'm going to shut these discussion boards down at 11:59 on Sunday of each week, and it'll shut down, and you won't be able to answer anyway. So just let me know, keep me updated. But if at all possible, go ahead and answer these discussion boards. They're very very easy points, but that's not. I don't want to imply that this isn't an important part of this class. Another 1/5 of your points will come from weekly quizzes. I'm looking down here on number 3 of this welcome page, and your weekly quizzes will be 10. I've got 10 multiple choice questions. Most of your quizzes will be 10 multiple choice questions. There may be some weeks that have 10 to 15 multiple choice questions, but it will always only be multiple choice questions on your weekly quizzes. And again, that will cover just the chapter and the lecture video that we are covering for that week. So these quizzes, again, they'll be 20% of your grade, or another 1/5 of your final grade. So each week you will have a discussion board and a weekly quiz covering the chapter of the book and the lecture video that I post each week. Okay. The remaining 3/5 of your grade will come from the exams. You're going to have 3 exams, and up above in this post we have chapters 1 through 6 will be covered on test 1. Chapters 7 through 12 will be covered on exam 2, and chapters 13 through 17 will be covered on exam 3. Each one of those exams is going to be worth another 1/5 of your grade, okay? So your final is not cumulative. It will only cover chapters 13 through 17, but it will be 1/5 of your grade, as well as exam 2, as well as exam 3. I'll let you know a week in advance before I post these exams. Again, these exams are going to be 60 to 75 multiple choice, fill in the blanks, and true-false questions. Okay, they're not just going to be the multiple choice like the quizzes. I do want to point out right now that there will be material on the exams and on the quizzes that are only covered in lecture videos, and there will be questions on the quizzes and on the exams that are only covered in your book. I'm not going to cover every single thing in your book, and I'm going to cover additional things in my lecture videos that are not included in your book. Okay, so make sure that you listen to both the lecture videos, or make sure you listen to the lecture video and also read the chapter that we're covering for that week, okay? Alright, so that is the lecture video, or the welcome post, and right here, if you'll click on the tips for the class, I encourage you all to look over this and revisit that if you have any questions throughout this course. But this Start Working tab over here on the left, is going to be where everything is located for your course. This Start Working tab should take you wherever you need to go and include everything that you would need for this course. I know there's a lot of tabs on the left, and every once in a while you might need to click on one of the other tabs, but all in all, this Start Working tab should contain everything that you would need to complete and do very well in this class, okay? So once you click on this Start Working tab, this material isn't available until 12:01 Monday morning, so I'm going to go ahead and turn on the instructor mode so that we can see this. But so each week we'll have a week 1 content section, okay? So on the second week I'll have a week 2 with the chapter name as well. But so for week 1, you've got week 1 political thinking, becoming a responsible citizen. That's the section, or that's the chapter of the book that we're going to be covering. So once you click on this tab within the Start Working tab, this chapter 1 PowerPoint will be available, and I encourage you to either have a digital copy or a hard copy before you watch the lectures of this PowerPoint presentation, okay? Again, the online lectures are going to be a screen capture of this PowerPoint presentation with my voice in the background lecturing like I would lecture in a normal class, okay? You'll also have the introduction video will be available in the Start Working tab, but then once you get into the week 1 political thinking, becoming a responsible citizen tab, you'll also have the chapter 1 lecture video will be located here as well, okay? So chapter 1 quiz located here, chapter 1 discussion board located here. Each week you will have at least 1 quiz and at least 1 discussion board that you'll be required to do, okay? So this discussion board, if you'll click on the discussion board, sorry, again, this is the it will take you here on Monday once the course is available. So this is the discussion board for chapter 1. Basically, for this first week, I just want you to introduce yourself, tell me a little bit about yourself so that we can all kind of get to know each other. And then for the substantive part of the chapter 1 discussion, we're going to be talking about liberty, individualism, equality, and self-government. Those are the 4 principles that our government was founded upon. When our founding fathers drafted the Constitution, when they drafted the Articles of Confederation, when they drafted the Declaration of Independence, these 4 principles were what they had in mind. And so ideally, they pictured a government or a society where liberty, individualism, equality, and self-government were foremost in our lives. And so what I want to know in this chapter 1 discussion is how you think those are being achieved today. Do you think that we have liberty? Do you think that individuals are free to act and think as they choose? Or do you think that the government limits our personal liberties? Individualism, do you think that the people of America take it as a personal responsibility to be self-sufficient? And do you think that we take it as an affront to be supported by a group, or in more particular by the government? Equality, and do you think that all individuals And I know equality has historically and not inaccurately usually meant racial equality or gender equality. But equality can mean a lot of things. Equality can mean gender equality. It can mean income equality. It can mean national origin equality. It can mean equality amongst Oklahoma versus New York citizens. It can mean equality amongst Republicans and Democrats. Equality does not just mean racial equality or gender equality or the stereotypical um, characteristics that we usually associate with equality. Do you think that we live in an equal society today? That's what I want to know with Chapter 1's discussion as far as equality goes. And self-government. Do you believe that the people of America, do you believe that you and I are really the people, or really contain or really have the power to govern ourselves? Do you think that our representatives actually do what we want them to do? And if not, how do you think that we can make that better? These are the kind of things that I want to come out in our discussion posts. And in particular, this Chapter 1 obviously address liberty, individualism, equality, and self-government. And tell me if our society has reached these ideals yet, and if not, how can we? Or is it even possible? So those are the kind of things I want to explore in these discussion board posts, okay? All right, let me go back to the Start Working and Week 1 Political Thinking tab. All right, in your Chapter 1 quiz, you'll go here and you'll just click on Begin, and that'll bring you to 10 multiple choice questions covering Chapter 1. This first chapter is going to be a much more book-based chapter quiz, okay? There are no questions from my Chapter 1 video lecture, just because this is the first chapter, and I want to get everyone in the groove of going to Blackboard and taking these quizzes. So Chapter 1 should be a very easy quiz. Everything is located in your book. You've got 60 minutes to answer 10 questions, so if you need to look up every question, that's perfectly okay. In the future, the questions are not going to be laid out in your book like they will be for this Chapter 1 quiz, okay? There will be questions from my video lectures, and there will be questions that may not be said verbatim in my video lectures or in the book, but that if you think about and you study Chapter 2 and Chapter 3 and so on and so forth, if you study those and actually critically think about American federal government, you should be able to do fine on the chapter quizzes, okay? Alright, so Start Working. The Calendar tab will have all of your due dates for the chapter quiz, for the chapter discussion. Honestly, you shouldn't need this calendar at all. Everything, the chapter quiz and the chapter discussion, are all going to be due at 11:59 on Sunday, and they'll be available at 12:01 on Monday. So you'll have a week minus 2 minutes to complete all of the material that you would need, okay? Again, the exams, I'll give you a week advance notice. The exams will be open for an entire week, so that you will have the ability to take that at your convenience. You will have to do the quiz, or I'm sorry, you will have to complete the exams within one sitting. You'll have 2 hours to complete them, but once you log on and once you begin that exam, you will have to complete it before you log off, okay? If something happens and you're not able to do so, if you lose power, if you lose internet service, if you have an emergency come up, shoot me an email so that I can reset the exam for you, and obviously you're not going to be penalized if it's outside of your control, but otherwise, barring any unforeseen circumstances, you're going to have to complete those quizzes within a 2-hour time frame, okay? Alright, your grades are going to be located here. This is just a brief introduction to myself. Info and requirements is just a few tips that I have for this class. Course email. Alright, for this course email, you can definitely click on this link and email me at my jlpace@carlalbert.edu email address, and I'll respond usually within a couple hours. Do not message me through this course, though. If you're going to message me through this course, click on this course email tab on the left side, okay? There are some other kind of messaging systems that come through Blackboard, but they don't alert me when I get those messages. And so if you send me a message outside of this link right here, it might be weeks before I respond. But if you send me an email that comes to my phone, it comes to my desktop, and I'll respond as soon as possible, usually again within a couple hours. If there's an emergency, if you're taking an exam and it's 30 minutes before the deadline, I 100% do not mind if you text me or call me on my cell phone, and if there's an emergency, okay? I mean, obviously don't text or call at 3 o'clock in the morning, but if there's an emergency with your course, please feel free and do not hesitate to text or call me on my cell phone. It's listed on the syllabus and it's listed on the welcome page. So 100% use that. I know how stressful it can be when professors don't respond, and you're stressing out because the deadline's approaching, so please feel free to use that. ViteConnect, ADA statement, help. These are actually hidden from y'all, so you won't see these. But the ADA statement, ViteConnect, and the CASC library, those links will redirect you to our links on the Carl Albert homepage. Tools and help are well, I'll just go ahead and click on tools and show you what's available here. But this is really what I was talking about. This send email. Don't use this link because I won't get notified if you use this link, and it may be weeks again before I respond. But these are just some of the tools that you can use. If you purchase an ebook, you can do that. You can log on through here. Announcements. This is really just for my sake. A lot of these tools are for my sake, and you won't see them when you log on. But I think that is everything. Again, I'm just going to recap kind of what we talked about, the important parts anyways. Each week I'll upload a lecture video and a lecture PowerPoint. Those will be available under the Start Working tab right here. Again, the videos aren't loaded right now because I'm making this as we talk. But each week you'll have a lecture video and a lecture PowerPoint. Click on those, watch those. You also have a Chapter 1 discussion board, or a chapter discussion board, and a chapter quiz due every Sunday at 11:59 p.m. Okay. Chapter quizzes are 1/5 of your grade. Chapter discussion boards are 1/5 of your grade. So those are very important to do every week. Okay, they shouldn't be too difficult. It's not my job to try and trick you. It's not my job to try and beat you in a quiz or in a discussion board. My job is to get you to think critically about American federal government. And so if we can do that, I'll be happy, and your grade will reflect that. So. I think that is all I have for this introduction video. I will upload, after I record the Chapter 1 discussion, or the Chapter 1 lecture video, I will upload that, and I will talk to you all again in the Chapter 1 lecture video.